Hello, Ambassador Gemini. Welcome now to Tuesday. Thanks for logging in. Well, sunny and professional today for the twins of the zodiac. The moon, which focuses emotions, has now moved into Pisces, so that'll be emotional focus around career and legacy for you. So you'll be emotionally sensitive in the job today, emotionally sensitive about your progress so far. And don't forget, legacy does include everything you leave behind on the planet. Your reputation, a string of businesses, lots of artwork, maybe a couple record albums, certainly a few kids. For you fathers out there, especially fathers, this is the house, our energy of fatherhood. So emotionally, you are sensitive to all those topics for about 2 days. So now on the sun, we're in chapter 1 now of Sun in Capricorn. The sun is at 1 degree. It is now conjuncting Pluto, and that does mean some attitude you have about boundaries and trust must now expire, must now die. Between now and this weekend, frankly. Now, Geminis have a lot of thoughts about closeness. Most Geminis I know, like I said yesterday, are really close with themselves, but they don't necessarily let other people in. And the way you do that is you just think your way out of the situation. I see it all the time, Gemini. Don't try to con me, okay? And even Geminis that I know who say, oh, I am close to this person. Well, in my experience with many clients and many different signs, I would say you're full of it, okay? Now, Geminis have a good reason for detaching, a good reason for not letting people close to the core. Usually those reasons deal with childhood. Maybe there's a reason why you had to think your way out of a bad situation. Life wasn't comfortable, so you put up intellectual boundaries, keeping people out, keeping parents out, keeping bad situations out. But you have to ask yourself, do those walls suit you now? Okay, that's the real question. Do they suit you now? Maybe your boyfriend is upset because you don't spend enough time with him. Maybe he doesn't feel like your lovemaking is rich enough. These are all possibilities, and it may be because you're still putting up the wall against the daddy dearest that was so mean to you, and maybe you're applying to him. I'm thinking really deep and I'm thinking really outside the box here, but what I do know is this, that in the next few days, an aspect or a rule when it comes to a trust or boundary issue will in fact die, and it will die whether you want it to die or not, because that's Pluto. Your girlfriend or boyfriend is going to say, I can't deal with you anymore. The universe will force this to happen. Mark my words. Now also, speaking of force, Mars. Mars in Leo has now retrograded. Now Mars was pushing on Gemini since October 17th to move forward with a new attitude, to move forward with a new communication perspective, a new mindset. Now that Mars has retrograded until March 14th, it's time to sit back and see how effective that was. So if you're normally the one that's pushing to have conversation with someone, why don't you start listening? If you're a person that's always listening to see what other people say, why don't you speak up? It's time to reverse those gears when it comes to how you act on certain attitudes or beliefs. And that's until, like I said, March 14th. All right, Gemini, that's all I have for the day. I'll see you tomorrow with more. Live, love, be.
So God and